Anta? Pass me the shisha. Mai sara shisha nahi satta.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of JebenaTalk. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I know majority of the DMV Habesha community is fiending to do.
Oh, yeah.
Now that they shut down VA, right?
I think they shut down everywhere. I'm not
Yeah,
sure. I need to look it up, but yeah.
But nah, man. Like most people I know, you guys are fiending to go hit some hookah. And so today's episode is going to be on the addiction of hookah within our community, and you know what I'm saying? Some of these people just need some help, you know what I'm saying? How we gonna get over it?
Yeah, man, because it's one of those things where it became one of our culture. So back in the day, it used to be like, I don't want my mom to see me or anything. Now it's like, people are smoking in their basement. They don't care. They're posting it everywhere.
TikTok videos with it all.
Instagram, yeah, doing hookah challenges and it's a lot going on with the hookah though.
You know, one thing I've always wondered is where did the idea of, or like who invented hookah? Like where did it just randomly came into the community? Like where, you know who invented it?
There was a physician. His name is hard to pronounce, but Abul Faz Gilani. Abul Faz Gilani. Yeah, he was a physician in India. So he had a few of his patients. He was worried about his patients that were smoking a lot of cigarettes. So he's like, I'm going to make you guys something that's going to purify through a water. So when you're smoking this tobacco,
you're just getting the good smoke, not the dangerous.
Exactly. But I don't think he knew he was opening this Pandora box. Yeah. So it's just like, it's crazy.
That's crazy. Another thing that I've always that always came across my mind was like, when they make it, because I don't know if you've actually opened the box, like I always see that it has like it's watery consistency and stuff like that. Like, what do they use to make it? Yeah,
so there's a lot of chemicals and things in that nature that they use. I think how many chemicals was it? I think it was like 80 something.
Yeah, when I was reading it said they have like 82 different chemicals inside of it that they mix to get that consistency. A lot of it is toxic and very dangerous for a brother, but people don't really be paying attention to that.
Yeah,
it's more for the fun.
So so I don't think people actually look at it as of like, I mean, everybody's using it, but they're not looking at it like, what is hookah?
Yeah,
like what is it really?
Pretty much the hookah is just it's a system that they built together where they have the head, they have the top, which is supposed to like filter the tobacco from falling into it, so you can only just pull the smoke in. They have the little knob that you can control.
On the bottom with the little ball.
That controls how much smoke
the
comes
pressure
in,
and all of that.
how much clean air comes in with it.
So there's a whole anatomy to it, you know?
Bro, it's ridiculous.
It's an art.
If there's any patents on it?
Yeah. When we looked it up, there was one. I think the inventor was Nazir Yosef Meho. I think he's like half Habesha, half Indian, half
Mexican.
Turkey, I don't know, but
I mean, Mijo sounds like a Mexican name to me.
Yeah, but there is a patent for it. So the patent number is, if you guys want to look it up, it's a US 20160235771 A1 sauce. Plant, but yeah, there's an A1 in there,
Oh, okay. Bro, that's. I'm surprised that somebody actually went ahead and patented it.
No, that's actually pretty smart because once you patent something, you
get money for
good.
Anybody. You think he has an international patent, or is it just
probably international?
That'd be smart. That would be real smart. Another thing that people don't really realize is when I first found out about hookah, I knew it was super expensive, but I'm pretty sure like nowadays the cost has.
Yeah, I mean Amazon. There's different companies that are doing things for the low. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how much it would cost to get like a starter pack of hookah, or like even just a regular hookah?
Yeah. So we actually, we got our little receipt right here. So technically speaking, if you're 18 and older and you got the
driver's license or state ID or anything.
Exactly.
Like
you can literally have a hookah session for literally, bro, for $30.47.
Bruh. That's a bottle right there. You know what I'm saying? You
Nah, bro. That's just too easy. Like, if you have 3 friends, that's $10 a piece, and you guys are smoking a hookah. So it's that easy to obtain, to put your hands on it, as long as you have that ID on you.
Sheesh.
So it's very easy. As long as 18 and over, you're good to go. You know.
Does that include like everything that comes with it?
Yeah,
like
everything,
the flavor
including
and all that.
Flavor. One flavor. You know, because a lot of people like to mix flavors and things. Coal. Because of COVID, the tip, the mouthpiece, you know, things like that. It comes with everything.
You know what I realized? Like, how many, like, clearly you can go to a hookah store and buy these stuff, or like a cigar shop, head shop, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, one thing I realized over the years is the drastic increase in hookah lounges in the area, especially like, you know, before when I first hit 21, you can go to a bar and it'll just be a bar. Now when you go into a bar, they offer you bottle service with hookah service. You know what I'm saying? They got hookah girls
it's
and
famous
hookah
now.
people.
Yeah.
How many do you think how many bars or hookah lounges do you think there are in this area at this point in time?
Okay, let me see. Give me a second. These are the ones that we actually visited when we were younger.
Who's we?
You went to Sunshine, right? Hold on. I'm going to count that one in there too.
Right,
even though they closed, but it's all good.
R.I.P.
Like 8,642.2 million, if I'm not mistaken. Let me stop playing. But no, there's a lot. There's a lot. I feel like when Hop Shop people driving by and see a storefront for lease, they're like,
this would make a great
hookah
location.
Lounge. That's
Great
it. That's how I see it. I swear to God. Like, because, I mean, low-key, I used to think like that, too. I was like, yo, why don't we, let's open the lounge. Shoot, we going there to chill. Let's open it. But
how much do you think it costs to start one?
So they're saying roughly around $40K from what we read, but there's a lot of variables that goes into it. Like there's permit, all of that. So it depends.
It's not the same to start one in DC as it is to start one in
plus they still have like liquor license too. But I don't think this 40,000 to start the hookah lounge, only hookah lounge.
Hookah, that's not bad though.
But you know, majority of the hookah lounges make their money off of the method. So
you know, but the thing to me is just like one thing I never understood was just like hookah. I understand is something you do when you chill with your like friends, but why has hookah been such a big thing to do now? Like why does everybody smoke hookah so much?
No, it just became a trend, I think, personally. I mean, I can ask you the same thing, bro, because I mean we hanged out a lot, so you know what I mean. It's one of those things where it was a cool thing to do at that time, you know.
It wasn't like, I feel like now people abuse it though. You feel me? Like when we smoked it, it was like, okay, Saturday, Friday.
Yeah, it evolved.
But like now, it's like you can go anywhere.
I mean, they make it. They advertise it as, you know, like the Drake video, music videos. Oh, pass me the hookah. You know, all of that. So when it comes to these companies are pushing, you know, tobacco companies are pushing this onto this, you know, the kids and things in that nature. So they make it cooler. They got all these flavors that you can have. I don't even know how many flavors there are.
Oh, bro, it is.
I feel like people be, bro. this is not funny, but I feel like people consume more hookah flavor fruits than actual fruits. Yeah, you feel me? So you know, that's a sad thing. You know what I mean? Like you smoking orange mint, but you're not eating your orange. Like that's the only way you're getting your vitamin C. And you're getting a lung cancer,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Nah, but that's crazy you mentioned that, because one of the things I realized is, in terms of the flavoring, you know, they definitely gear it to a specific market.
To the younger generation.
Like when I was doing some of the research for this episode, they're like, for kids 12 to 17, like 79% of them were like they smoke it because of the flavors. They have different flavors that they like. You know what I'm saying? Bubble gum burst and like
definitely
like that. So
they market it to the kids,
Oh, for sure.
No, definitely. Like that just tells you. I mean, we see it within our community, you know.
Oh, for sure.
So it's one of those things.
Vape pens is the same kind of concept with
exactly. And a lot of times people will say, you know, hookah is safer than cigarettes and go into it because of that as well, you know.
But you know what's crazy? So like when it comes to like alcohol, right? And you ask somebody, oh, like what's your favorite brand, whatever. they can name it off. Jack Daniels, Hennessy, 1942, whatever. But aside from the flavor, I don't know a single manufacturer of a hookah flavor. Like not a single flavor.
So there's a few of them that are really famous. Okay. So I think it was the name is funny as hell. I don't even want to say it, bro. But it's Alfakar and Starbuzz. No, seriously. No. You think it's funny, but Alfakar is a big business, bro. Okay. It's worth $2 billion and expected to grow within the next year up to 50% more. So it's gonna be worth at least $3 to $4 billion within the next 2-3 years. You know what I mean? But I'm like, man, how you gonna come up with that kind of name though? You know what I mean? You building, hey, Habibi. Oh, what do you wanna call our shisha flavor? Alfakar. The name sounds weird as hell though, man. But you know, it's very but I feel like low key they really like effing people up with these flavors because you know it got a lot of chemicals. They're not using real fruits; they're using chemicals. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So like additives and whatnot.
Additives, and then you add the coals and things like
nicotine, that. All that to keep people coming back. The whole thing is just more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's why people out here. Addiction, yeah. Oh, bro, that's definitely why people be out here at the hookah lounge just smoking the same flavor for like 4 hours, just changing the coals. I'm like, brother, that joint is black as heck inside.
It been like that, but when it come down to it, though, like, when was the first time you ever hit a hookah?
The first time, it was probably like, I was probably like 19 or so, like fresh out of high school. Good old Sunshine, you know what I'm saying? Shout out. Well, not even a shout out. That's the RIP at this point. They gone. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? They used to let people come into there. They used to
without ID, man.
All that, brother. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how they set up the younger generation. That part kind of like
for sure. They used to definitely have people come into.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger too, I try to sneak in myself. So it's also like, you know, the younger generation also trying to be like the little
findata, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to be that cool guy, like, oh yeah, I went out last night. When you come back to class
on Instagram, like smoking hookah. I mean, they still do that though. That's the crazy part. Like that's now that I got
everything you do goes onto social media. But you eat breakfast, you smoke hookah, you take a dump,
but also at the same time, I feel like you need to have a borderline to it. Like there's, you know, you have to transition. So I feel like a lot of people,
what do you transition to from hookah?
No, not like that, and not in that case. But you know, like you have your findata session.
Yeah, then you kind of
like where you're like 21, 23, 24. Maybe you push it to 25, and then after 25, you need to get your stuff together, and then like change your habits from that age.
Man, the only thing they change is the charcoal on their hookahs, man. Ain't nobody changing nothing else, brother. They ain't changing no habits. They just changing coals.
Yeah, but no, that's just my personal opinion because you know what I mean. Like it's one of those things where we still like some of the people are still doing the same thing. Yeah, and it's like this. Like I go on Instagram, it's the same. Yeah,
I mean, and again, it's an addiction at a certain point. You start to realize like this is an addiction. Even like when you think about it, like. You know, like I was saying earlier, like you go to a hookah lounge and you'll see somebody sitting there just smoking the same flavor for 3 hours, just constantly changing the coal, but not realizing like, yo, you gotta stop and actually like switch it out. Like how many coals can you use per head?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But then also, I feel like, personally speaking, there's a lot of people that have hookahs in their house.
Oh, no question.
You know what I mean? There's one for the bedroom. There's one for the living room, one for the kitchen,
one for the guests,
one for the attic. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where it became a.
You got the bathroom when you take a bath. You gotta smoke a hookah.
It's like one of those things.
No,
seriously speaking though, there is like at least one hookah in a
per household.
Literally, where
if you got roommates, you got like 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Your
roommate majority of them, like the people our age, that's literally. And then it's one of those things where you sit down and you're talking, you're hanging out. It's a cool thing, you know. You're having a quick session, and you be smoking 3, 4 coals, 5 coals, sometimes depending on the day or the week. If you had a rough day or not, like you know, it becomes one of those things where you know, keep going. And then it's one of those things that a lot of people are not understanding, that it's, even though that you're not feeling the side effect, even though you might feel some of the side effect, like you be coughing or having issues,
you get
like spitting blood or something like that. You know, I don't know.
I mean, that's one thing. Like for example, like people confuse like the lightheadedness as a good thing, or you know what I'm saying, like for me personally, like that was the initial like, oh, like you sit there and smoke hookah for like 20-30 minutes, and then you try to stand up and you just get that woo. Like,
yeah.
You get that little wobbly feeling. You're just like, ooh, like did I get high? Like yo, this is flavor, right? Like what's inside of this? And then that's when you kind of realize, like, okay, this is.
I know exactly which
people try to repeat that same.
No, this is the thing though, and then I felt that thing one time, literally the first time.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know, like, how to smoke shisha ramen. So I was like, the little fundata guy, like just able to come out the crib type of thing. And then they took me to Queens and Adams Morgan. Yeah. And we went, it was like $5 for a slice of pizza. I mean, this is embarrassing. I don't even want to talk about it. But how when you try to fit in.
Paying $5 for a slice of pizza?
Back then, it was $5 a slice. But it was like jumbo slice. That thing was like this big.
So it was like half a pizza.
Right. Technically, yeah. So I remember like, they're like, yo, try this, So I literally thought, bro, I ain't even trying to like size it.
No cap.
So no cap, literally. Like no cap. I thought because I seen the just come out their mouth. Yeah. Right. So I literally blew into the pipe instead of like pulling it to get the shisha out.
Let me ask you a question, right? Mm-hmm. Common sense wouldn't connect the dots for you,
bro. That's like, how I was too innocent with that. Like I was too innocent with it. I didn't know. I was never exposed to it. So they laughed at me, but then my friends were cool enough to be like, "Nah, bro, that's not how you do. You gotta pull it." Yeah. And we kind of laughed about it. As soon as we left, bro, like my stomach was turning. Like I felt so weird. I don't know. I think it was an apple flavor or something like that.
That apple mint be hitting, bro.
No, man, that thing was nasty. Ever since then, that's what I mean. Like it's nasty, like a gut
bro. Punch, brother.
Like that's the thing. Was literally, I threw up.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people don't realize. Like, as much as you enjoy smoking, like as fun as it is, and as a cool thing and a social thing to do, there's a lot of side effects, like what you just stated, where you get that sick to your stomach feeling sometimes, or you get to that like that tightness of your chest and stuff from smoking too long, or what I'm saying, the lightheadedness, stuff like that.
The charcoal itself is carbon monoxide. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
So that by itself is like when you're smoking it, you smoking carbon monoxide.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like one thing people don't notice is like when you smoke hookah versus like a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? You're smoking 1.7 times the amount of nicotine, and then it's like 9 times the amount of carbon monoxide that you're inhaling as well compared to a cigarette. So a lot of people that actually end up smoking hookah go to it because they're like, oh, I want to stop smoking cigarettes. Like I don't want to smoke Jags, but don't really realize like the smoking a cigarette, it takes like, I think it said 8 to 10 puffs, whereas smoking 30 minutes of hookah or an hour of hookah takes between 100 and 200 puffs.
Wow.
So you dang near smoke a pack to 2 packs of cigarettes in one sitting of hookah. I mean, for all that, brother, you might as well just sit outside and just light a jag. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you're not getting as many different harmful chemicals as you would. So it's definitely a lot different. And then,
but you know how the tobacco companies are, though. You know what I mean? They're always transitioning to the next hit.
For sure. And that's the thing people realize. Like even with the whole like, people say, oh, I like that head rush you get when I smoke a cigarette or when I smoke the hookah, and they don't realize that a lot of that.
Not even that part, but like they always like modify their business plans and always get into like, I want electronic cigarettes. Now they have electronic shisha. You know what I mean? So they always like have you by the leash. They literally pulling you. Always they move so fast. Because, they have so much money to spend on these researchers. They're always going to pull you in.
Like people don't realize, like, when you do hit the hookah and you get that lightheaded feeling, people expect it like, oh, that's the thing that attracts them to it. But really, you're getting, what is it called? Carbon monoxide
intoxication. Yeah.
Which is what we consider that little lightheaded feeling you get when you stand
which
up.
Which is really bad.
Yeah, but a lot of people, that's what they pursue, or like that's the first thing that they experience that makes them kind of attracted to it.
So you said, one 30 to 50 minute hookah is considered how many cigarettes?
It's like smoking a pack or two. So if you consider the puff rate, in order to smoke one cigarette, they say it takes like between 10 and like 20 or like 8 and 20 puffs, whereas an hour of smoking hookah, which most of us doing about 2-3 hours of, like, let's be honest, that's between 100 and 200 puffs.
Yeah, no, that's so the thing. This is
definitely,
it's one of those things. Even with reproduction, like it like a lot of people because of like smoking, they can't even have kids and things in that nature, and they don't know what's going on. A lot
of side effects.
Yeah. There's so much side effects to it. Like the way I look at hookah, technically speaking, I don't know. It's like, just like you said, 30 minutes of hookah. If it's smoking 1 pack of cigarette, times that
by the 5 days you do it a week,
times the
amount of hookahs you smoke per day in those 5 days,
times the charcoal. Bro, that's a formula of
I feel like
death.
that's all included in that number, though, because like in order for you to smoke the hookah to get that 100 puffs, you have to take that. Charcoal,
yeah, but then I don't think they. I feel like they're talking about just the tobacco aspect of it. They also talk about the carbon
process.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. In the same thing of like when you light your cigarette, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Like even with that, they take into consideration like the butane that comes off the lighter, and that initial pull, you're inhaling the gas that you're lighting
with. Okay.
So it's the same thing as like when you put the charcoal on top. Technically that's your butane, you feel me?
Yeah.
But you know, people don't really realize like there's a huge amount of side effects from abusing it, even like how we do it recreationally. It's an issue, you feel me?
Definitely.
But like when you smoke it on a consistent basis, you know, you're damaging your lungs, you're damaging your reproductive organs, you're
damaging your whole body.
Giving yourself
not to even mention, bro,
cancer. Like people don't think about that, like esophageal cancer. You know what I'm saying? Those are, when you think of smoking, you think of your main like lung cancer, you know, blood
things
pressure,
like
stuff like that. It takes a huge toll on it.
No, not to mention that there's a lot of people that smoke hookah, and cigarettes, and alcohol. So
in the same building at the same time.
Pretty much.
Oh, bro,
like
I've seen
it's
it
3 times the, like literally, like what more do you need? And then, not to mention, of course, the diet aspect is not there.
For sure.
They're not exercising.
My man eating kitfo at 2:00 in the morning, smoking hookah, drinking. You know,
when you add all of that, when you add bad diet, not even getting a 10-minute exercise, like at least stretch, like the least thing you can do.
They said 20 minutes is the recommended amount for cardiovascular, to your cardiovascular and lung health. 20 minutes a day is the minimum that you got to do, like walking.
If you're looking at it that way, you literally, like, you have a bad diet, you smoking hookah every day, or cigarettes and alcohol. You add all the you're not exercising. Yeah,
it's just a mixture for
it's
untimely
a
death.
Formula for like, and I don't know how people can do it to themselves,
one thing that
bro.
actually made me really cut back in terms of like smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, smoking even hookah. Like hookah I'd still do occasionally here and there, but like the stuff that made me cut out the other two is they were saying that if you stop smoking before the age of 30, your lungs actually have the same amount of function as living your normal as somebody who didn't smoke. It's like a 90%.
Yeah, the more you know what the crazy part of it, man. Like if you ever look at people that are actually abusing, you can see it in their face, in their eye, like their eyes change to color, their teeth start to either come out or like, you know what I'm saying? Their lips is all like black and their eyes is like all like dark and all of that. So you know, why go through that? You feel me?
For sure. I mean, again, people don't notice it, so it just happens. But you know, like
it's over time. Yeah, it's over time.
For sure, like, for sure.
If you've been smoking like since, imagine high school Jebena, you're doing it right now.
35, like brother, you gotta let that go. You
die, you see what I mean? Like
15.
It's hard to let go, but you have to at least.
Cut it down, moderate.
Try to,
like if moderated as much as possible, and definitely taking a better diet and a better workout routine, and you know what I'm saying, in the long run, you know what I'm saying, try and cut it out, especially. Stop
smoking shisha. I'm gonna ask for ligam.
You know, marsi bazako imaran.
Yeah, it's not good for you, bro. But it's one of those things we need to stop doing. You know,
and cut it out, bro. Like it's like people don't realize it's gonna end up, you know, taking your life.
Yes, sir.
But that's this. I'm glad this episode's over, bro.
Oh man, but it was a long one, man. Whew.
Bro, I've been waiting to hit this.
Oh, I'm good, bro.
Shisha Shisha, bring the shisha. Pockets in that fuddy, we gon' have to teach ya. Mama, I don't want the drama. No, bring your ass here. I just saw she got her.
Hey, you gonna pass that shisha? Sama.
Shisha, bring the shisha.
In all honesty,
yeah,
this hookah section was done for the comedic aspect. In all seriousness, you know, hookah abuse is definitely not something that we recommend.
Definitely.
You know, I understand it is a part of the vibe nowadays, so moderation is definitely key. But you know, in the long run, definitely consider cutting out.
You know, within our culture right now, it's being seen as a okay thing to do, and it's not, honestly speaking, because it's one of those things where it's literally killing you slowly. Like, you've seen the things we put out there. There's companies making real money off of your pain. Think about your parents, think about your friends, think about people that actually love you. Because what's going to happen is the chances of you consuming this every day, up to 3 calls a day, having the shisha itself in your house, just doing this thing is going to cut your lifespan
dramatically.
But so when it come down to it, you know, we love y'all, we love our friends. We want to see you make 50, 60, 70. We want to get old together. Kids. Yeah. So it's one of those things where we need to take it serious. I mean, you know, we make fun of it because we're trying to bring in the fun aspect so that you can actually learn something from what we have done. But it's a serious issue within the community. And we just want to say, you know, take care of yourself. Change the way you eat. Change the way you drink whatever alcohol, whatever. Yeah, exercise. Change your diet. Change the way you. Because right now, it's one of those things where, you know, hullum nagar attacks us from all sides.
Everything
so be careful. Yeah, definitely. If you have a hookah, I'm not against you. You know, it's one of those things, but take care of yourself.
One thing I want to say, Mom, this was in a real hookah. This is all props, editing.
Yeah.
There was no real hookah involved.
Stop capping, but yeah, we did this to show y'all. But
give thanks, you know what I'm saying? So, my man, what are you thankful for this week?
So, actually, this week, my little one, she was actually able to use the potty.
Hey.
Bro, it was a struggle. Like, I literally poop on a carpet, pee on a carpet type of, like.
That's what's going on in my house right now. Them little 6 puppies, all they doing is pissing and shitting everywhere, bro.
It was a long way, and this morning it actually happened where she actually took the diaper off and actually sat, and I'm like, it was like one of those. I was like,
you haven't just opened up.
Like, bro, like this was one of the proudest moments of my life, honestly speaking, because literally I've been like, it probably been a month or two. I've been pushing 2 different type of toilets that we got her, like one that you can actually sit on the toilet itself, and another one with the little potty train.
Fake toilet.
It was one of those milestones for me. I was like, I did it. You know what I mean? So it was like,
I mean, she did it, but
I was pushing. Like, you have no idea. Like, bro,
it took a lot.
I don't even want to talk about it because it took a lot. You'll see when you get yours.
I hope so, man. I hope so. For me, man, I'm thankful for you guys being able to do another episode. For you guys watching, I'm thankful for having this audience and this platform to speak on actual things that need to be spoken on within our community. But my puppies, you know what I'm saying? They started taking care of themselves.
You keep capping. You say you were going to bring them. Now they don't.
Oh, they're going to come, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just got to get their shots first. So
let's get the.
Y'all be easy, man.
Subscribe, like, comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Any kind of feedback, what we need to improve on.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have some fire content for y'all.
Subscribe.